Silence is not the absence of power. Silence is power in its most concentrated form. Most people fear it, fill it, break it, and in doing so, they hand control to anyone who can sit in silence comfortably, because the person who speaks reveals themselves. The person who remains silent forces others to reveal themselves first. Machiavelli understood this at a level that still disturbs people today. The prince who spoke too much gave away strategic information. The prince who remained silent kept enemies uncertain. Uncertainty creates fear. Fear creates respect. And respect without words is authority in its purest form. This is not about being quiet because you have nothing to say. This is about weaponizing silence, about understanding that every word you speak is intelligence others collect. Every reaction you show is a weakness they catalog. Every gap you fill is an opportunity you waste. Silence is not passive. Silence is calculated restraint that creates psychological pressure others cannot withstand. Here is the dark psychology behind Machiavelli's power of silence. Silence removes leverage from your enemies. Someone provokes you. The provocation is designed to extract a reaction, anger, defensiveness, justification. Any response gives them what they want. Because the goal of provocation is not conversation. The goal is information. Information about what moves you, what hurts you, what controls you. An emotionally controlled person hears provocation and gives nothing. No facial expression change, no verbal response, no body language shift. Just presence, just eye contact, just the devastating realization for the provocateur that their words have no power here. This silence accomplishes something critical. It denies them the feedback they need to refine their attack. Without your reaction, they are shooting in the dark. Without your defense, they cannot twist your words. Without your anger, they cannot position you as unstable. Your silence removes every tool they planned to use against you. Consider how arguments escalate. One person says something inflammatory, the other responds emotionally. The first person uses that emotional response as justification for further attack. See how you react? This proves my point. But if the second person says nothing, the escalation dies. The inflammatory statement sits there, unsupported by any reaction, revealing itself as baseless provocation. Silence in the face of attack is not weakness. It is refusal to participate in a dynamic designed to harm you. It is recognition that engaging gives them control, and control, once given, is difficult to reclaim. Speaking less increases your authority. Watch people in positions of power. Real power, not performed power. Notice how little they speak. When asked a question, their answer is brief. When provoked, their response is often nothing. When pressed to explain themselves, they do not. And this restraint makes every word they do speak land with weight. This is because authority and scarcity are connected. When your words are scarce, each one becomes valuable. When your words are abundant, each one becomes disposable. The person who speaks constantly is discounted. The person who speaks rarely is listened to with full attention. Scarcity creates value in every domain. Limited supply increases demand. Rare resources become precious. Abundant resources become taken for granted. Your words operate under the same principle. Speak constantly, and your words become background noise. Speak selectively, and your words become events. But there is something deeper happening. When you speak less, others project meaning onto your silence. They wonder what you are thinking. They try to interpret your expression. They fill the void you created with their own anxieties and assumptions. And those projections often work in your favor because people tend to project power onto silence, not weakness. The executive who speaks for 5 minutes in an hour-long meeting carries more authority than the executive who speaks for 40 minutes. Not because of what they said, because of what they chose not to say. Their silence communicated selectivity. Selectivity communicated that their words are too valuable to waste. And value is authority. Silence creates mystery. Mystery creates dominance. You are in a social situation. Someone asks you a personal question. Most people answer immediately. They share details. They explain their situation. And in explaining, they become completely known, completely mapped, completely predictable. An emotionally controlled person answers vaguely or not at all. That's private. Or simply redirecting with a question, "Why do you want to know?" Now the dynamic shifts. The asker must justify their question. The responder maintains mystery. And mystery is magnetic because humans are wired to pursue what they cannot fully understand. This applies everywhere. The colleague who shares everything about their life becomes familiar. Familiarity breeds comfort. Comfort breeds casualness. And casualness erodes respect. But the colleague who reveals little maintains distance. Distance creates formality. Formality creates respect. And respect is the foundation of dominance in professional hierarchies. Mystery also protects you from manipulation. When people know everything about you, they know where to apply pressure. They know your fears, your desires, your weak points. But when you remain opaque, they cannot map you, cannot predict you, cannot leverage you. Your mystery becomes your armor. Machiavelli observed that princes who made themselves too familiar to their subjects lost authority. Once the prince was fully known, fully understood, the mystique dissolved. And without mystique, power became harder to maintain. But the prince who remained somewhat distant, somewhat unknowable, retained authority effortlessly because people could not reduce him to something ordinary. Emotional reactions expose vulnerability. Someone criticizes you in a meeting. Your face flushes. Your jaw tightens. Your voice raises slightly when you respond. In 5 seconds, everyone watching learned exactly what hurts you. And that information is now cataloged, ready to be used against you again whenever you need to be controlled. Emotional reactions are intelligence leaks. Each reaction tells observers what matters to you, what threatens you, what you will defend. And people who want to manipulate you need exactly this information. Once they know your triggers, controlling you becomes simple. Silence, by contrast, reveals nothing. When criticized, you do not react. Your expression remains neutral. Your body language stays relaxed. Your response, if any, is measured and calm. Now observers have learned nothing about what moves you. Your triggers remain hidden. Your vulnerability remains protected. This is not about suppressing emotions. This is about refusing to broadcast them. Feel whatever you feel internally. Process it privately. But externally, maintain composure. Because your external composure denies others the information they need to hurt you strategically. Consider negotiations. The person who shows excitement when a deal is offered will get worse terms. The person who shows disappointment when a deal is rejected will be pressured to accept less. But the person who shows nothing, who receives good news and bad news with the same expression, becomes impossible to read, impossible to pressure, impossible to manipulate through emotional leverage. Silence creates psychological pressure that others cannot withstand. You make a statement, then you stop talking. 5 seconds pass, 10 seconds, 15. The other person feels compelled to respond, to fill the silence, to say something, anything, because the silence has become unbearable for them. And in rushing to fill it, They often reveal more than they intended. This is tactical silence, using silence not as absence but as pressure. Silence after a statement forces the listener to process what you said without distraction, forces them to sit with the weight of your words, forces them to respond from a position of discomfort, which often leads to honest responses rather than calculated ones. Salespeople understand this instinctively. State your price, then be silent. The customer will eventually speak, and what they say will reveal whether the price is acceptable, negotiable, or impossible. If you fill the silence by justifying the price, you remove the pressure and weaken your position. But if you hold the silence, the pressure stays on them. This also applies to conflict. Someone makes an accusation. Instead of defending immediately, pause. Let the accusation hang in the air. Let them feel the weight of having said it. Often the silence causes them to soften their position or even retract it entirely, because sustaining an accusation in silence is harsher than making it in conversation. The person who cannot tolerate silence is the person who will break under it. And breaking means revealing information, softening position, or conceding ground. Your ability to sit in silence comfortably while others squirm is a direct power advantage. Strategic silence is not about never speaking. There is a crucial distinction here. Silence as strategy is not muteness. It is selectivity. It is choosing when to speak based on what serves you, not based on social pressure or emotional impulse. Some situations require speaking, when your silence would be interpreted as agreement with something harmful, when authority figures directly require a response, when speaking advances your goals more than silence would. Strategic silence means recognizing these moments and speaking purposefully. But most situations do not require your words. Most questions do not deserve answers. Most provocations do not merit responses. Most social pressures to speak are tests to see if you can be controlled. And passing those tests means remaining silent despite the pressure. This selectivity makes your words more powerful when you do speak. Because people learn that when you speak, something important is being communicated. Your words are not filler. Your words are not reaction. Your words are chosen. And chosen words carry authority that reactive words never achieve. Machiavelli advised that the prince should speak when necessary and remain silent when possible. Because silence preserves options. Speaking closes them. Silence maintains mystery. Speaking reveals strategy. Silence forces others to move first. Speaking telegraphs your move before you make it. So here is how to wield silence as power starting tomorrow. When provoked, pause. Count to 5 before responding. Often the urge to respond will pass. And if it does not pass, your response will be strategic rather than reactive. Default to minimal answers. When asked a question, answer with the minimum information required. Do not elaborate unless specifically asked. Let your brevity create space for them to ask follow-up questions if they genuinely care. Most will not. Practice sitting in uncomfortable silence. When conversation dies naturally, resist the urge to restart it. Let the silence exist. Watch how others react. Notice who rushes to fill it and who can sit in it comfortably. The ones who rush are controllable. The ones who sit are strong. Stop explaining yourself to people without authority. When someone questions your decision, you do not owe explanation. "I have decided" is a complete sentence. If they push, repeat it. Your silence on the reasoning protects you from debate. Remove reactive speech patterns. Notice how often you speak simply because someone spoke to you, not because you have something valuable to add, not because speaking serves you, just because silence feels uncomfortable. Start breaking this pattern. Speak when you have something to say. Otherwise, remain silent. Use silence to pressure others. After making a request or statement, stop talking. Let them sit with it. Let the silence build pressure on them to respond. Often, the response will be more favorable because they broke under the pressure rather than responding from calculation. When criticized, show nothing. Maintain neutral expression. Do not defend. Do not explain. Either say nothing or say something minimal like, "I see it differently," and then return to silence. Your refusal to engage removes the ammunition they need for continued attack. This is not about becoming withdrawn. This is not about avoiding all conversation. This is about transforming speech from default behavior into strategic choice, about making every word intentional, about using silence as the foundation and speech as the tool you deploy when it serves you. Machiavelli understood that the prince who revealed everything was a prince who could be defeated easily. Full transparency means full vulnerability. Every enemy knew his plans. Every rival knew his weaknesses. Every subject knew his fears. And with that knowledge, they could coordinate his downfall. But the prince who revealed little, who spoke sparingly, who maintained silence as his default state, this prince remained dangerous because he remained unknown. Attacks against him were guesses. Plots against him were based on assumptions. Challenges to him were risky because his response was unpredictable. This is the power of silence, not to make you mysterious for the sake of mystery, but to make you unattackable because there is nothing to attack. Provocation fails without reaction. Manipulation fails without emotional leverage. Social pressure fails without compliance. And all of these failures happen through silence. The person who speaks constantly is known completely. And being known completely means being vulnerable completely. But the person who speaks selectively is known partially. And being known partially means being vulnerable only where you choose to be. This is why silence is not weakness. Silence is strength, not the strength to dominate others, the strength to remain untouched by others, to move through the world without being pulled into conflicts you did not choose, without being provoked into reactions that harm you, without being controlled through words designed to destabilize you. Master silence. Not silence born from fear or insecurity. Silence born from strategic understanding that your words are weapons, and weapons should not be deployed carelessly. That your reactions are intelligence, and intelligence should not be shared freely. That your emotional state is sovereignty, and sovereignty should not be surrendered cheaply. Machiavelli's power of silence is available to you, not through never speaking. Through speaking only when silence would cost you more than speaking. Through making every word count because words are rare. Through maintaining mystery because mystery protects. Through denying emotional reactions because reactions expose. Through creating pressure because pressure controls. This is the dark psychology behind Machiavelli's power of silence. And it is yours now.